Hello guys, how you doing? It's Rich with Pit Lane Sim Racing. I hope you're very well. This week I took part in the Touring Car Challenge on RFactor 2's competition system. This is the first time I've competitively done any sim racing really in a couple of years at least, because with my daily streams over on Facebook Gaming I play Formula 1 and things like that, and I don't consider that on the same level as RFactor 2 at all. So this is my qualifying lap, and I had done a little bit of practice during the day. I maybe did like 30 laps total. Didn't do much with the setup. It was more about becoming acclimatised with the Ford Focus touring car. I'd done little bits, mainly to find a balance, you know, in so much as brake balance and things like that. So I was just using the soft tyres, and I was just giving it everything I had, pretty much on default setup, with the brake bias a lot more rearward, and I was finding good time on this particular lap, and I was pretty happy with it. But you can see, you know, some sliding creeping in, and the front left getting hot, but I felt good on the lap, and I was really happy with it because it's so long since I've done something like this. I was honestly expecting to be somewhere near the back and just ease myself into it. But I did a very, very good lap, and it was good enough for third place on the grid, which I honestly and truthfully was shocked at. But here we are on the grid. We've got Donat in the Toyota just ahead, and Shelby in the Infinity as well on the left. And yeah, it's the first sort of sim racing start I've done in quite a while. So we're just waiting on the lights, and away we go there. And as expected, really, the other Infinity, I'm pretty sure, of Mike there as well, pulling away really, really well. But Donat did well in the front-wheel drive Toyota. So from qualifying, I knew that Donat was like 1.2 seconds faster. He was absolutely rapid in qualifying, so I knew I had no chance. But over a lap, I was close to these guys, so I set out being thoughtful on the tyres, but also, like, I really wanted to keep up with these guys. Little bit of a lock up there into the right-hander, and I'm following along, and I'm keeping an eye in my rear-view mirror. There's a little gap there, and I'm just pushing as much as I can with a thought on the tyres. It's a 21-lap race. I've no idea what tyres these guys are running. I don't know what tyres they're running behind me. We'll come on to that later. But we're just chasing them down through the first lap. Donat is pulling away, and I'm still sticking with these two. I'm quite happy with where I'm at right now, given I'm on the hard tyres and unsure of the general situation of the race. But it was already becoming clear I was fighting a losing battle somewhat, you know. Even though I felt like I was maximising my drive and everything that I had. I just knew I didn't have the pace. Definitely first and second, maybe of Mike if he made a mistake here, but I was just pushing away. Now, one of the issues I've got, or had, or still have, kind of, is I don't know about the cut system in RFactor 2. Now, I know it exists and I know it's a thing, but I don't know when you're actually going to get penalties, because I was following these cars ahead and I could see they were taking a lot more through the chicane and things like that, and I got a lot of calculating messages, but I don't think I actually got a penalty. I tested it, but I didn't want to cost myself time because it was a highly competitive race. So if someone can let me know in the comments, if you know how many warnings you can get, that would be fantastic, because, you know, I've got a feeling these guys knew exactly what they could do, because down at the old hairpin at the bottom of the hill here, they were like going wide on the exit there, as I was getting a time calculating warning, like cut warning, and I was sort of worrying about it a lot because I didn't want to get a drive through or anything like that. But we're chasing them down here, and I can see now I just do not have the pace of the guys ahead. Now we've cut some laps into the race now, and you can see my front tyres. My front left is at 63, my front right is at 73. I am honestly really trying not to understeer or put too much power on, but I run wide, and there's the track limits calculating. I see. I got a warning point there. I never noticed that because I was so busy. I was so busy in the actual race. I actually took a knock there off the guy who's about to pass me, Basti there. And yeah, I was losing the front end here, and there wasn't a great deal I could do. Again, I believe a lot of this comes down to my setup. I didn't do anything with suspension. I didn't do anything with tyre pressures. And hopefully for the next round next week in Silverstone, I'll find more time to do some testing and fiddle about with it a bit. Because frankly, I was the only one in the top 10 to be running the hard tyre in the race. The top 3 guys were running soft tyres, and I think there was a couple of people ahead of me that were on mediums. But in my testing, the soft tyres, I'd have honestly lasted about 8 laps and they'd have been completely shot. So I'd love some feedback from you guys. Donat was in the Toyota, but I think Fernando might have been in the Hyundai. But it seemed like the Infinity is super kind on its tyres in comparison. But obviously you see me understeering and things and whatnot, but I was trying to be extremely smooth. And it's just unfortunate, really, because I sort of went a bit backwards during the race. Someone rejoining there, not quite sure what they'd pitted for, but they had. And as you can see, the front left, it's just heating up there, and I'm not going crazy. I know I can't keep up with the cars ahead, so I'm not doing anything silly. I'm really trying to brake in a straight line. I'm trying not to scrub through the corners and things like that. And we're joining it with 1 lap to go now. You want to keep an eye on the rear view mirror. I'm down in 6th place. You can see that they pulled away from me, and I'm still, look at my front left now at 47%. These are the hard tyres. And yeah, I was on stock cambers and absolutely everything. So I'm really going to have to look at this going forward into Silverstone. If you've got any tips, guys, because I know about throttle application and obviously understeer, and that I'm driving a front wheel drive, and you know there's a finite amount of grip between throttle and braking and turning and things like that, but I just could not keep the temps down. As we move into this right-hander, I get a little punt up the back there. It was all fine here. I'm sure up at the top of the hill we get close as well, but I was basically parking my car on the inside of the track here because it was a bit like, you know, it's the last lap, and he got, actually, even though he nudged me, he got a bad exit, so I'll take my normal line here into the final corner. And there we have it, guys. Race report of Donington, first round of the touring car series in the competition system on RFactor 2. I highly recommend you check it out. There was some amazing racing. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thank you very, very much.
Blue flag.